And we move on into growing outrage after a deadly police shooting.
The video shows there's no way he could have reached for anything.
Anger and outrage spilled into the streets of Atlanta last night.
The story that's ignited fierce passions across the nation as allegations of racism and miscarriage of justice tear apart a small Florida town.
On the same day that Jacob Blake's name echoed through the National Mall, police removed his handcuffs. Blake is paralyzed from the waist down after being shot in the back 7 times Sunday by police in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Show the truth. Show what you did.
Thousands have gathered to show solidarity with U.S. protests over the killing of George Floyd.
Our current climate is one that is punctuated by racial strife and injustice, saturated by confusion, anger, and division, marked by disaster, destruction, and distance. In this world that you and I live in, I found myself asking, where do we go from here? How do we effectively change that will get us out of the ever-growing and ever-present darkness of these times? How do we move forward through all of the damage done? Where do we go from here? When I first started to shout out and ask these questions, born out of the pain of being a Black woman in this current climate, I wasn't sure I'd be answered. But 3 women from 3 very different walks of life answered the call. And were even asking some of the same questions. They were Pastor Debbie McIntosh, Kelly McLeod Shinging, and Susan Bynum, the wife to Tulsa Mayor G.T. Bynum. In deciding how to properly bring together these change makers, I was reminded of the importance of breaking bread and doing so with soul food. Breaking bread with the individuals around you shows caring, understanding, and peace. Sharing soul food with these ladies inspires depth of conversation and truth. I opened up my heart in the hopes that it would spark an important first step in effecting change, a meaningful meeting of the minds. And my attempt wasn't in vain. Just when we thought we were moving to some peaceful resolution and healing, the verdict of Breonna Taylor reminds us again where we are.
A grand jury in Louisville indicted 1 police officer but did not bring a single charge against the officers involved in shooting her.
There is still a large amount of work left to do. Tune in to our very special edition of Real Life, Real Talk on KBOB 89.9 FM. Thursday, October 8th from 2 to 3:30 p.m. or on Real Life Real Talk's Facebook Live to see part 2 of this powerful conversation we titled Racial Tension, Radical Transparency.